Have you ever closed your eyes for 2 minutes and found your next step? I did once, and it surprised me. Welcome to the Self-Care Cafe. I'm Pammy Parker. Here we take a gentle pause from the busyness and gather around conversations that quietly steady us. Today, we'll try a short practice that's designed to be small, safe, and real-world doable. Come as you are. I'm happy to welcome Lena Morales, who uses guided imagery to help people through transitions, little practices that build steadiness. Lena, thank you for being here. Could you say hello and tell us simply what you mean by daydream in your work?
Hi, Pammy. Thank you. Hi, everyone listening. When I say daydream, I mean a short, intentional use of imagination, a small inward scene we invite that helps us feel safer or clearer. It's not about escaping life. It's an act of curiosity, a way to meet yourself with tenderness and attention.
That matters a lot. People often hear daydream and think avoidance. I'll admit, I've been skeptical of daydreaming myself. How do you keep it from feeling like zoning out? Great question. We anchor the practice with intention, a clear invitation, I'm checking in, and a time limit. If you notice avoidance, shorten the practice or switch to a 30-second grounding cue. The point is curiosity and safety, not distraction. Okay, that feels useful. Tiny, intentional, and reversible. You also say these little images can steady the body. Can you explain that in plain terms?
Absolutely. Very briefly, imagery uses many of the same brain networks we use to sense the world. When we picture something calm, a safe room, warm light, the body often responds as if that comfort were present. That response can lower threat signals and give your nervous system a moment to breathe.
Wait, so just imagining a detail can actually quiet that racing feeling?
Yes, even one vivid detail, the texture of a blanket, the color of sunlight, gives the nervous system something different to respond to. Over time, that short pause becomes an easier habit. When choices feel heavy, you can find a little clarity.
Can you share a quick example? Something that shows how small this can be. A client leaving a long-term role said she felt fragmented, like parts of herself were only for the job. In a short image, we pictured a small garden she tended as herself, not efficient or performative, just slow and personal. That phrase, parts of herself, lands. What emerged from that garden image? From that small scene, she noticed she missed unhurried mornings and creative play. It led to one tiny choice she called garden time, one morning a week for something small she loved. It didn't fix everything, but it helped her stay connected to herself through the change.
I love that, an image pointing to a micro step. Before we try the practice, a quick trigger note. Sometimes imagery brings up strong feelings. If that happens, it's okay to stop. Breathe, or try the 30-second grounding alternative we link on the site.
Yes, thank you for that. If you feel distressed, pause. If you're comfortable, make yourself steady. Sit with both feet on the floor or lie down. We'll do a 2-minute practice together now. Begin with a slow breath in and out. Notice where your body makes contact with the chair or floor. Imagine a small, safe place, a real memory or an invented scene, perhaps a sunlit bench, a quiet kitchen window, or a soft blanket. Choose one clear detail, a color, a scent, or a sound. Let that detail hold your attention. As you rest there, ask quietly, what do I need right now? Comfort,
clarity, a tiny action. Listen without forcing an answer. If something arises, a word, a warmth, a question, note it gently. Keep breathing with the scene. If your mind wanders, return to that single detail. We'll sit here for a few breaths.
When you feel ready, bring your attention back to the room. Wiggle your fingers or toes. No need to analyze what happened. Just notice one small thing that felt different. Warmth, looseness, a word, or even a question.
If something came up, consider noting it in one line, what I noticed, and one tiny next step, if any. That step could be 5 minutes of reading, a phone call, or setting a small boundary. If nothing stood out, that's perfectly fine. Practice is practice.
Those are very doable ways to make inner noticing actionable. Lena, for listeners who want practical tips, how do you make this a tiny habit when life feels busy?
First, treat it as micro-practice. 2 minutes counts. Second, pick a single cue. Tea time, getting into the car, or a gentle alarm titled pause. Third, keep one short script saved so you don't invent each time. Pair it with a one-line journal prompt. What felt kinder? And keep your note to one sentence. If emotions come up, lower expectations and pause. Return later if needed. And the evidence. What would you say to someone who wants to know this is more than pleasant feeling? Researchers studying brief imagery and short mindfulness exercises have found measurable reductions in stress responses and small, reliable improvements in mood and problem solving, especially when practices are repeated a few times a week. We'll link a friendly review in the show notes for anyone who wants to read more. Thank you, Lena. For anyone who wants the 2-minute script we used and a printable reflection prompt, visit our website. We also include a 30-second grounding alternative if imagery feels like too much. If today's practice helped, consider sharing it with a friend who might need a small, comforting pause. Trust the tiny steps. You don't need to do it perfectly. Just notice, be curious, and return. Those small invocations build safety and direction over time. Come as you are. Leave nourished. Thank you for joining us at the Self-Care Cafe. Thank you for listening.